Field was the first military base on Oahu to come under attack by Japanese naval forces. Wheeler Field was the Army's first fighter base and was the home of the 14th Pursuit Squadron. In the attack, Wheeler's hangars were heavily damaged, and 83 of the 153 aircraft were either damaged or destroyed. 37 Americans lost their lives. Wheeler Field veterans, thank you. USS Utah. Will survivors of USS Utah please stand as able? The USS Utah was moored on the west side of Ford Island. Within minutes of taking 2 torpedo hits, she heeled over to port severely. At 0812, the mooring lines parted and the ship rolled over on her beam ends. She would lose 58 crew members during the attack. USS Utah veterans, thank you, and please be seated. USS West Virginia. Will survivors of West Virginia please stand as able? USS West Virginia was moored outboard of USS Tennessee on Battleship Row. Bombs and up to 9 enemy torpedoes tore open her midships and forward hull and wrecked her rudder. She initially listed severely to port, but quick counter-flooding by her crew allowed her to settle to the bottom on a relatively even keel. Despite quick action by her crew, she would lose 106 shipmates. USS West Virginia veteran, please be seated. Thank you. Naval Air Station, Kaneohe Bay. Will survivors of Naval Air Station, Kaneohe Bay please stand as able? At 0753, 11 Japanese Zeros began the attack by strafing the Navy PBY patrol planes with 20mm cannon fire and machine guns. Horizontal bombers later returned, damaging hangars and destroying 33 PBY patrol planes out of the 36 that were stationed there. 18 naval aviation personnel were killed and scores were wounded. Naval Air Station, Kaneohe Bay veteran, thank you, and please be seated. USS Oklahoma. Will survivors of the Oklahoma please stand as able? USS Oklahoma was moored outboard of USS Maryland on Battleship Row. Oklahoma was hit by multiple torpedoes and rapidly capsized. She would suffer 420 casualties, the second highest of any ship that day. USS Oklahoma veterans, thank you. Please be seated. USS California. Will survivors of the California please stand as able? USS California was moored on the south end of Battleship Row. Badly damaged by torpedoes and bombs, she slowly settled to the bottom of the harbor over the next few days. California would lose 102 sailors and Marines that day. USS California veterans, thank you so much, and please be seated. Mast Field? Will survivors of Eva Mooring Mast Field please stand as able? At 0:53, Japanese fighter planes swooped down on the Eva Plain in West Oahu. They began destroying Marine Corps aircraft parked on the 5,000-foot runway. In a matter of minutes, 27 planes from the 21st Marine Aircraft Group were destroyed. 4 Marines were killed in action and 13 were wounded. Eva Mooring Mast Field veteran, please be seated. Thank you. USS Nevada. And our survivors of the USS Nevada are standing. On December 7th, Nevada was moored alone on the north end of Battleship Row and was the only battleship, as you've heard today, able to get underway that morning. Seeing an opportunity to sink a ship in the middle of the channel, Nevada became the object of intense attacks by Japanese aircraft, taking on water after receiving 1 torpedo and several bomb hits. She was beached at Hospital Point in order to keep the channel clear. She would lose 57 sailors and Marines. USS Nevada veterans, thank you. Please be seated. USS Arizona. Will survivors of the USS Arizona please stand as able? USS Arizona was moored inboard of the repair ship USS Vestal on Battleship Row. At approximately 0810,